early December 2006, Vak Society held a locative media workshop at Sarai in Delhi, India. Two groups set out to explore Delhi's urban semantics in search of personal histories and relationships. Using a mobile phone and GPS, they traced their journey and along the way documented different locations. The first group, Amitabh, Swagat, Sunil, Bhagwati and Ronald, set out to show the different mental maps people from different social layers have. They selected an area of Delhi that can be seen as a microcosm of Delhi itself, with the Delhi University at its center. The idea was to walk the whole stretch from Barfkhana, the ice factory, to Gandagar, the clock tower, to Sabzi Mandi, the wholesale vegetable market, and finally end up at Delhi University. By asking locals for directions using simple questions like, "Where can I buy vegetables?" or "jeans?" and documenting all their encounters, they charted the area showing the different perceptions people have of that place.
We now have a GPS connection now again, but when you're in a small street, it's hard to have a GPS connection.
Amitabh talked to the rickshaw driver about the Sabzi Mandi, which now was in fact not a place to sell vegetables as might be apparent by its name. The original Mandi had been relocated to Azdapur a while back, and now the place had become a complex of small shops and hawkers. On arrival, the place was completely contrary to the image that he was holding in his head. The roads were much broader, the traffic was chaotic, and the shops were bustling with people. There was an unpleasant scene when a shopkeeper objected to Swagat filming his newly made clip art-style fruit juice stall board. Others soon joined in, threatening to break the camera, to take him to the police or traders association. It has become very difficult to take pictures even on a street nowadays. The Painter Street was interesting. The rather nicely kitsch hand-painted florid boards with their typography and art had given way to larger computer-generated work. A signboard painter shared that they had been there for the past 15 to 20 years, but that many had switched to the faster and economically more proficient method, and that these were hard times getting work. After 2.5 hours, 300 GPS points, 50 photographs, and many video and audio interviews, the group envisioned this experiment as a possible way for social studies or architecture students to map the city. The second group, Iram, Arti, Lokesh, Tapio, Crystal, and Ronald, set out to reconstruct what could have been the old city wall in the year 1850. Passing by all its gates, the wall was drawn onto a map using GPS, and the many stories that are continuously present in the daily life of the city by the wall were documented. The city wall that marked the boundary of the capital city of Mughals had largely disappeared in time, and its traces and gates now lie within the city. By creating this new mediated map, the group hoped to find interesting ways for people to revisit the old city, or the walled city as it is popularly known. At Kashmiri Gate, Iram was having a conversation with an official who talked about the restoration of the gate. He told her that the holes in the wall are marks left by the British cannons during the 1857 war. They could not be repaired. Even though the official was renovating the rest, they had specifically left this section broken, as it is important that the marks remain so people remember there was a war. Everyone followed the wall along a narrow lane to Mori Gate, and Arti told a story from Lahore. "The people of Lahore have a strange sense of humor," she said. "If you ever ask anyone living inside the walled city as to how many gates the ancient city has, they will invariably say 12 and a Mori, a hole." At Mori Gate, Lalaji, who runs a tea stall there, said that when the British tore down the wall to make way for a road, the hole was named Mori Gate, but there had never been a gate there. At Ajmeri Gate, an old man watching the group take pictures of the gate mistook them for tourists and started telling he had lived there all his life. Earlier, the traffic used to flow beneath the gate. Throughout the day, colleagues at Sarai had been keeping tabs on the group's progress online. The bright pink line showed the path the GPS took. The map looked suspiciously like the city map of 1850.